the big game when it comes to the players, the coaches, but what about the officials and the referees who also play a very major role in football?
That's right, and that's why we wanted to kind of break down some of the things that we're going to see on Sunday, the signals, the penalties. So we had to bring in a longtime MHSAA official in. Jeff, welcome kind of to our Studio 10 football field.
Thank you.
It's not much, not the Superdome by any means, but we're getting there.
Listen, we're going to score some touchdowns today with you, but obviously refereeing is no easy job. But tell us a little bit about what made you want to be one.
I was an athlete in high school and got involved while I was in high school. My high school basketball coach actually made us referee the youth games on Saturdays. I think more to get us out of bed on Saturday morning to get us to do something. But that was the first time I officiated anything, and that kind of got the ball rolling.
Yeah. What are some of the most penalties that we're probably going to see in the game? And if you can show us some of the signals so that we can be aware of it, because obviously the Lions are in the game. So we're trying to make this game a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, unfortunately the Lions took a loss and are not playing in the game, but it doesn't change the fact that it is a big game and a lot of people will be watching that don't normally maybe watch football. Yeah.
So walk us through some of those penalties and the signals that you can kind of teach us.
I think maybe the most common is holding.
Okay.
And that holding is just this is the signal for holding.
Does it matter which hand?
No, it doesn't matter which hand, either left hand or right hand, and it's pretty self-explanatory, right?
Some people say that there's holding on every single play, but what exactly does it mean? Because it's not always called in every single play.
Really, they're looking for holding that is pertinent to the play. So at the point of attack is the first thing. If you have holding 20 yards away from where the play is being run, tends not to get called. Okay. It also, they're looking for things that affect the play. Okay, so if a player is held momentarily but sheds that block and makes a tackle, you're probably not going to call holding on that play.
All right, what are some other ones?
Pass interference is always a controversial penalty. It usually affects, the game considerably. And that signal is just like this. Take both hands and push forward. Pass interference.
Pass interference. Pass interference. Okay. Easy peasy.
That's a pretty big penalty.
Oh, yes, definitely. Especially if there's a touchdown on the line as well.
Right. Yep. So those flags tend to really make a difference in a game.
What makes an excessive celebration excessive in your opinion? Is it subjective? What kind of thing? Or what do you think
Well,
of
in the
that?
NFL, they have very strict policies about what is and isn't acceptable. I believe if they use a prop, it's automatically a flag, things like that. At the high school level, we're very interested in taunting. We want to eliminate taunting from our game. So any celebration that involves taunting an opponent is automatically going to get penalty flag.
And what is that? Is that just a flag on the field, or is it like, do you have a signal for?
Well, that would be unsportsmanlike conduct.
Okay.
And that signal in our high school game is this. It's kind of like put your arms out like you're a bird. Right? So this is unsportsmanlike conduct, and players get one of those, and if they get a second one, they're actually ejected from the game.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's really important to know, and thank you for breaking down a lot of these different things that we will see on Sunday. But to be pretty honest, you have to be the bad guy when you're out there on the field. You do get some cheers, but you also do get a lot of boos as well. What about this do you enjoy?
That part of it doesn't even affect most of us. The boos from the crowd are just part of the gig. They're booing the shirt. They're not booing you individually. It's not personal.
Obviously, you've been a part of the MHSAA for so many years, and we constantly do need the officials and refs, not just for football, but for other sports. So how can other people sign up, and how needed is it?
It's extremely needed. We're in a crisis of officiating. Games in a lot of sports are being not only canceled, moved, to different dates for lack of officials. Our officiating community as a whole is getting older, so we're really trying to focus on younger officials getting involved. But yeah, you can do that by going to our website, MHSAA.com, clicking on the link that says officials at the top of the page, and there's a lot of information on how to get involved and how to become an MHSAA registered official.
Perfect.
All right, well, Jeff, thank you so much for being our ref here today on our Studio 10 football field. But really quick, again, we're not rooting for anybody here. We're worried about the integrity of the game. But do you have a score prediction?
Score? I don't have a score prediction. I'm not rooting for a team.
Yeah. Okay.
I tell you who I am rooting for, though, is the officials on the field on Sunday.
So are we.
And particularly the head referee, the one who wears the white hat. His name's Ron Torbert, and he's a Michigan State University grad. So there's a little local tie-in for all the Lions fans who are missing out on a local tie-in of the game. You can root for the referee of the Super Bowl on Sunday.
All right,
So that's who we're rooting for.
There
The
you
refs,
go.
okay?
There you
Shout
go.
out to the refs on the game.
Shout out to the refs who gave us signals, and you get a little fun fact. Thank you
There
so
you
much.
go.
And you know what?
Thank you,
One
Jeff.
signal that we definitely know for sure. You get a Studio 10 touchdown. Thank you.
Appreciate that.